So next up, Mega Man X. And so the idea for this one was born, and now there was a bit of a gap between this and when we did Mega Man 10, and so this is the first one I did with Power Director, but I didn't really use a lot of Power Director tools when making this. This was still like done pretty traditionally. There's one bit where I used Power Director kind of like trickery, and it didn't even really work very well, so it wasn't like work. It seemed like worth the effort, but so my original concept when we did the Mega Man 6 cartoon, I wanted to do like a movie trailer. But then during when we were going back and forth discussing it, for some reason that idea kind of got pushed aside in favor of you getting trained with Yamato Man. But I kind of kept that in my back pocket. So when we eventually did Mega Man X, we decided that, okay, let's do the movie trailer thing this time.
Yeah, and it works for Mega Man X specifically because it's like an introductory to a whole new series, a spin-off series. So it's kind of like the fact that it's a reveal of sorts. It ends up playing well to the fact that it's Mega Man X.
Yeah, and I like with the previous Mega Man cartoons, like this time we didn't go so we didn't like we did not feel the need to give all the Robot Master, I mean all the Mavericks like individual bits. Like we decided that we would pick a few that we liked and we gave them bits because it's a movie trailer, like it can't go on forever. So it's actually quite a short cartoon, only a couple of minutes. So let's get it rolling. And uh, that I think that yeah, that was me doing the voice of the
He
capsule.
was sent from the past to save the future of the past.
Oh yeah, and updated hairstyle and beard for you as well because it had changed.
Shut up!
That vial scene, unfortunately, it never really came together quite as well as I hoped. I think my like idea. We originally, I think I was supposed to give you like a much longer like set of insults that you were flinging at Vile, and he would get steadily angrier. But then, because of the way the scene plays out in the trailer, it didn't quite work out.
I think it was the pacing.
Yeah, pacing issue, and also maybe lack of planning from me, because here he's only now getting like angry.
Face
Yeah.
obstacles at every turn.
Why am I on a plane all of a sudden?
Whoa!
I love doing this though, the flailing arms thing. Just very cartoony, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, he's dead as shit.
Yo, penguin, chill.
Okay, that canned laughter was taken from somewhere else, but yeah, that was your joke. That yo penguin chill. That was the one that you really wanted us to do.
Yeah, I just like threw it out there as like as a potential example. Like I was like, oh, we should do something like chill penguin or penguin chill, and just spitballing. It wasn't like anything I'd planned, and then you liked it so much that you're like, yeah, definitely. And I was
Yeah,
like, all right, yeah.
Yeah, and we underlined it with the laugh track and him looking at the camera and being so pleased with
Yeah, I
himself.
love
Yeah,
Chill Penguin's freaking expression right there. Like he's just like, okay, that was
Sir dramatic.
went from being completely freaked out to just annoyed.
yeah, we did a couple of like these meta jokes here, like insert dramatic text here because, yeah, we're obviously we're making fun of the format of the movie trailer. Although I pointed out that even by the time we were doing this, we were kind of doing like an outdated parody. This was kind of like a Don LaFontaine style narration, and which movie trailers at the time no longer really had. So yeah.
What are you, a girl or a man?
I am a man.
Yeah, a girly man.
Well, that's rich coming from someone with drill and man in their name.
Hasta la vista, baby. And he will face.
And that was another deep cut reference to the Ruby Spears Mega Man cartoon, the Mega Man X episode, where Spark Mandrill has exactly one line of dialogue, and he sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger. So that's
Yeah,
why we
and
made him.
another Arnold D
Yeah,
bit too.
yeah. I was trusting that these bits would fly by clearly because I did not put any effort into the background, though.
Let me start, baby. And he will face the most cunning, vile, terrifying, evil, not nice, terrible, inhumane.
Yeah, this was born out of the do remember from the brainstorming session that I would run out of breath doing the bucket list of adjectives here.
The horrible, terrible, no good, very bad day.
Yeah, exactly. And it keeps going after the break too.
Despicable,
Yeah.
disgusting, puerile, sadistic, immature, and ruthless adversary ever. Pull my finger. Coming at an indeterminate time to a YouTube channel near you. Aqualung X.
Yeah, I was trying to recreate the X title screen logo with the beams converging and then there being the big flash that turns into the X. That was one of the things where I tried to use Power Director and it totally didn't really work. So, but I've used it.
That it does. It works well enough.
Yeah, but I really wanted there to be a more fuller flash, and now it just really it just kind of flies by there. Yeah.
The sequence of the X animation wasn't that great, but I mean at the end of the day you can tell what it's supposed to what it represents. It's distinct.
Yeah, this is why I have the flash effect. It actually kind of whoops. Okay, it actually kind of syncs up much better with the text there. Okay, here we come to another big one: The Legend of Aqualung. This is one of my favorite origin stories for any of our cartoons because when you asked me to do this. I didn't have any real idea, so a lot of the ideas in this cartoon they're directly from you. You kind of just started throwing out all these ideas for what we could do with the Zelda monsters and things, and as you were describing them, I was just writing them down, and then at the end when you were done, I said like, you know what, we have all these different bits, like we can just kind of string them together and we'll have a cartoon. And the genesis was the thing what starts the cartoon is that it's you instead of Link going into the cave with the old man and he mistakenly gives you the sword and that starts your adventure.
Yeah, it helped that I was because it's such a long game that I played it periodically for a while also playing other games and making other videos. So it was very fresh in the brain because I had been playing it for intermittently for so long. So like, the enemies and all the references were very easy to come by.
Yeah. And it also, one of the other things that I really love about this cartoon is that it gave me an excuse to pay a little homage to the Dick Zelda cartoon by using all the sound effects from the game, because that's what they did in the Zelda cartoon as well.
Yeah, I'm glad that you went with that, and the same thing with the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon, for the Sonic video that we did.
And this is one of my, this is one of my personal favorites. I think it just works so well. Yeah.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Alone? What? That's a sword. What did that weird guy mean by alone? Well,
Okay, this though I think was my idea of you writing Aquamentus and him looking like so derpy. Like I think that was my idea, but I'm not sure. Did you? Was it you who suggested then that Link would show up because we see the sprite Link later?
Possibly.
Okay.
just
Yeah.
ride this dopey-looking horse to battle. Oh, wow.
Okay, so this the Triforce piece flying around. This is power director magic of me using a transparent PNG and just floating it around. I really did a quick fast cut there because if you compare the two scenes, there's a bit of a perspective error there. Like the Triforce piece is almost exactly the same size here as it is in the wide shot, so I tried to hide that a bit.
And was it the was it that I cut off the right head too? Like what it looked like in real time, like I had cut off the head of the on the right side, like the monster's right
No,
side,
I think it's
and then it
it's
ends up
just
being
that.
the center.
Well, I think
It was
it's
moving
just.
around.
I think it's just more that. No, it's supposed to be like
Oh,
the
I
center
see.
head.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
no, it is. I get it. It was in real time. It was real quick. I didn't notice that it was like from that
Oh,
perspective.
wow.
Yeah, this is a big jump for me as an animation because in the previous ones it's mostly like the characters are rather stationary and talking, and then sometimes very quick movement. But there's a lot of like this is probably the most action-packed of the cartoons that we've ever done.
How do these
Which I think you can kind of tell also that that I kind of simplified a little bit the character designs and things. And I started using much thicker lines to draw stuff because a lot of times if you need to erase something from a background and then do it, I have to do like a fill, like fill in the background or the lines to get rid of them. And it's a lot easier when it's a thick line. You can just fill in the line instead of having to erase every single pixel that you drew. So yeah.
I also like that I look very dwarfish because I don't know how known of a fact it is that I am short. I'm only 5'4", so it's up working at that level. I don't think at all that was discussed in the design or
I
anything
think
like that.
originally there was supposed to be more of a do about the fact that you're just wearing a green beanie, and that's why the guy yeah, that confuses you for Link. But yeah, it definitely.
together?
And and your beard's a bit exaggerated too, so that also
Yep,
links to the dwarvish design. So, yeah.
Not now. I'm busy.
And these were all your ideas, like the shopkeeper bothering you, and then you finding the recorder, which kind of turns into a Chekhov's gun of you just killing all the monsters with it.
What the heck is this thing? Me no like.
Okay, me no like. Okay, so this is one of the jokes that you originally proposed, but I kind of altered it. Originally, you kind of were wanted to make the joke about like that you didn't know what the like was, and says, "What the heck is this thing? It looks like," and then the like would have eaten you, and I think the thing is like to me it sounded too much like a setup, but there wasn't like a punchline, so all I did was kind of move the me no like, which is it's still not a great punchline, but we were able to
It landed in the right
preserve it,
spot at least.
yeah, and also like here, I'm and the joke flies by so fast. Like if you didn't laugh, then okay, we're off to the next scene, so it doesn't matter. So
Give this to the old lady.
How about no?
I love that little thing of the with the yeah. So with we don't know what it is, but it clearly like disturbed you to the core, so you decided not to.
Yeah, I like that.
Mm.
Leave that like a Pulp Fiction
These things
case, leave it a
tiled
mystery.
rooms.
Okay, so here I turned into a bit of a Foley artist. So the sound of you hitting the dig dogger is me hitting, I think, a pen or some utensil against this. I had this plastic box of Q-tips, and that was mostly empty. So, and it made this really nice sound when I hit it. So that's what I used for that.
I like how there's, like just silly practical effects like that mixed with actual sound effects from the game
Yeah,
in
yeah.
this cartoon.
Yeah, and the Ganon is just a pig. That's just another sound effect that I think I just ripped off YouTube or something.
Huh? That was easy.
Yeah, I don't know at what point we kind of decided that the that the recorder is just a Deus ex machina that kills everything. But we applied the comedy rule of three, that you find the recorder, you've destroyed an entire forest, burning down every bush in the valley. Then you beat the Dig Dogger over the head with it, and then you throw it at Ganon. So yeah.
Excuse me, princess?
Oh yeah, there was a last minute art correction I had to do. This I think originally Zelda didn't have pointed ears. I made a little brain fart, and then when I had to, it was luckily a quick fix. But I just had to redraw her like face or her ears before. But yeah, so that's a little thing that I was reminded of.
Oh, like, you were like, wait a minute. So you reminded yourself, or you not reminded yourself, but like you noticed it at the like last minute or something.
Yeah, when I was editing this together, and I don't know if I ever even mentioned it to you, but I do. But the first time I animated this, I then realized, oh wait, Zelda's ears look wrong, and I realized like, oh, because she's supposed to have pointed ears, and I didn't give her pointed ears. Because to be fair, you don't have pointed ears because you're not Link, so that's probably
Right.
why that mistake slipped in. But then it was corrected at the last second. Yeah,
Move, please. I really need to use the bathroom.
and also really. Really salt of the earth and joke. Yeah, we're definitely big believers in the sometimes the joke that you need a reaction for the joke to really land. So that was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All
I mean, it
right.
could have been a toilet flush, I guess, but
Yeah.
not gonna rip off All in the Family too much.
This is Dr. Wily reporting live. In about a few seconds, Aqualung is about to give us the scoop on Mega Man 11. This review/walkthrough has been...
So this one I also have a making of video, so I might not say too much about it, but this was of course me kind of this was a callback to our Mega Man 2 cartoon, and it was also just an opportunity to do it the way I kind of wanted it to, and you chime in if there's something specifically you want to talk about here.
Your mouth.
Oh yeah, well, our one little COVID joke here that we threw in.
Yep.
Let's get on with it. Thanks.
No further questions.
And I keep throwing in Bounce Man into the background every once in a while, just so that you
He's
remember.
he's just bouncing around.
Yeah, so that you remember that he's there.
Okay.
I don't know. It's difficult to tell, but there's a help stub. Get vaccinated. Little sign there. Oh yeah. And then,
Yeah, that's what we're covering our mouths for. That's why mine isn't, because I can't spread roboenza.
Oh yeah.
I thought about this like later on that obviously it wouldn't be anything that we could have done at the time, but maybe the more appropriate callback to doing the press conference video would have been Mega Man 9, because that game was a callback to Mega Man 2, basically, with going back to the 8-bit, going back to not being able to slide and all that. But of course, that was only like, even though that was several videos in, we I don't know if like having the power director tricks and everything like that would have made that any
Yeah.
better. Plus, of course, I was very happy with Mega Man 9's cartoon as it was. So
Yeah, and it's because I was in a different kind of mental state when we started doing this, and I had by that point I had already done one of those streams where I talked about these old cartoons, and I've talked about like how I was never really super happy with our first cartoon that we did together. So the idea of redoing it had kind of been in my head for a while, so that's where we get this from. And also, silent cameo here again.
Yes, I will. So, when's the review coming out? Not that I care, but
I think I
man can't contain himself.
I'm holding in the...
Yeah, so I think I said that in the making of that. I actually slightly lowered the pitch of your voice when you were what was that? Voltman or this character?
is it Fuse?
Fuse Man, sorry, yeah, Fuse Man. Because it sounded too similar to your normal speaking voice because you had just said the line.
Yeah, I'm talking to myself over here.
Yeah, so it sounded too similar. But yeah, so just that was another instance where we did a little tweak of the audio. But Yeah, your Bounce Man voice, I absolutely loved it. It's one of my favorite voices in the whole cartoon. So it makes it extra awful to see what happens to him then.
Well, it will officially be released on May 23rd. Yay! Can someone keep an eye on him? He's kind of floating this way. Oh, hey, it's Heatman's pen.
Yeah, this is
Next
something,
question,
all right.
Yes, this suit made me look fat.
No, but standing next to that guy makes you look thinner.
Hey.
These questions suck.
No, they.
Okay, that I pointed out before, but we have done a lot of. I hope you have seen that we have done a lot of explosions in these cartoons.
You know, it's like I didn't think about it too much until we started watching all these back to back.
Yeah, but that is my number one favorite. I love because I have always been a little unhappy with every single explosion that it's not impactful enough, it's not flashy enough, it's too slow, there's too few frames. But like this is like it's just so chaotic. He just comes in and
No, they.
like the timing on it is just fantastic. I absolutely adore that one. I'm so proud of that explosion.
So it's that particular visual of the explosion, not so much
visual
like
of
the
the-
joke of the explosion.
Yeah, I mean it's a callback obviously to the "they blow" joke from the original when it was Airman, which itself is a callback to the soccer game cartoon. But do you know that is like I've been so like it feels like every single explosion we've done in these cartoons has been leading up to that one, and I'm still super proud of that one.
And then there was the He-Man pen and everything else that was referenced in there. I think it all
Yeah.
worked out really well on top of
So
being
when we said that this was
its own thing.
yeah, this wasn't like a literal remake, but we kind of some of the jokes were, laid there, like asking about all the other games because I think it was Bubble Man or somebody who asked. No, not Bubble Man because Bubble Man didn't speak actual sentences, but like it was like Crash Man or somebody who asked you about like, are you going to review all the other Mega Man games? And no, yeah, it was Flash Man actually. Now that I remember. And then yeah, exactly the Heatman pen, and then that. So it was nice. And also yeah, but standing next to that guy makes you look thinner. Is does this suit make me look fat? Yeah, that was a direct callback. Actually, absolutely.
It was also quite nostalgic to revisit this one too.
Yeah, it was not. Yeah, nice. And I had to actually copy the background color of the place where you're holding the press conference. We never actually, specify what the place is, but that background color because it's not in Paint's color palette anymore. I had to actually copy it directly from the old cartoon to get it.
Oh, what did you use, like an eyedropper tool or something?
And I just took a screenshot and
Ah.
exactly so. Because the original cartoon was like such small resolution anyway, so it's whatever. Okay, a couple more left. Here is the Wire Sponge Show.
Agent Productions, in collaboration with AGR, presents The Wire Sponge Show.
And I loved what I love about this. Yeah, here it is, the post box with 69 in it. So this was again one of my like direct ideas because I'm a big fan of sitcoms, and we're kind of making fun of sitcoms while making a terrible sitcom at the same time. So this is my biggest regret though. My original character design for Mrs. Sponge included these oven mitts, but we didn't have her in the kitchen at all in the cartoon, so I had to end up just giving her normal arms for the actual cartoon. So this opening intro sequence is the only place where you get to see them.
Well, it's kind of also like how the openings never from scenes from the actual show. So
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, by the way, the only reference to the X Hunters was here, the teleplay by Surge's X Hunter, so yeah. Oh yeah, I was supposed to ask about Splash Woman's voice actress on the Mega Man 9 cartoon, but it's like funny, like how we always seem to have, in the past it was such a struggle to get like a female voice actress for any of these cartoons, and now here we are in Mega Man X2, and I'm just doing a woman's voice here for just. I mean, the joke was supposed to be obvious that it's obviously supposed to be me, so it's just part of the comedy there. But yeah,
it reminds me of what was that sketch show, The State, where there was like one female cast member, so there was a lot of men in drag substituting as females.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God,
And that is one of my favorite things, is just the fact that the audience laughing is actually distracting the the characters or the actors. Yeah. And this was a joint effort because you're such a Breaking Bad fan. So this is where we got the whole crystal meth thing, and but then this joke is from kind of copied from Tenacious D, The Pick of Destiny, with a character who's trying to run from the cops, but because he has a fucked up leg, he can't like run. He can't actually run. So.
Also, did you hear? Mothma's finally getting that gender reassignment surgery. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes.
I love this little retro TV that I threw here in the background. Totally forgot about that.
It had to be retro.
So good.
One of the few times that one of the Mavericks actually uses their ability in the cartoon.
Oh yeah, aside from exploding shit or burning shit up, it's I mean it has to be chaotic, but this one it was like to at least somewhat be useful.
Yeah, exactly.
It's supposed to be destructive.
This joke of the applause just keep going on for way too long. This was your idea, and it is really funny. It was still really difficult to splice those applause sound effects together that sounded natural, but I did manage to pull it off. The funny part is though that neither one of us actually had picked to do Crab's voice, so this was a last minute like rush job voice performance by me. So.
Yeah, talk about Oh yeah, see that was where the joke of how the way the actors had to wait for the applause to end
See ya.
Okay, bye.
paid off the most, I think.
Hello, Sponge residents.
This is Light Packages. I have a delivery from Mr. Sponge.
Okay, here we have a recycled voice. Yeah, this is kind of how I used to do Dr. Light's voice in the super old cartoons. So we found a way to bring it back with the hologram.
Oh, honey.
Oof. And okay, I pointed out this also is the background and the character model have the same color. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was or earlier too where Sponge's
No.
Well, nothing else.
hair was the same as the background of the house or the door or something.
Okay. Yeah.
If I had known I had to do...
Oh God. This is so stupid, but this does crack me up. Like the fact that she sucks it up. Yeah.
Yeah, just absorbed
I
the
would never married you.
Yeah.
blooded basement.
Here we had to throw
I
in
love
a
how
few...
proud of he is of all these stupid jokes.
Yeah, and it's also like here we had to throw in a few into the credits.
Next time on the Wire Sponge Show, husband.
Oh, by the way, I actually used here. I didn't use paint, or I did draw all of this in paint, but these shading effects I actually used GIMP because GIMP has these nice little brush tools that allowed me to do this shading.
Yeah, it was noticeable in the Mega Man 11 one too.
Honey, it's not what you think.
But you called him a stag.
Honey, it was just my flame in high school.
All this and more. Yeah, that stag joke. That one I'm not super happy with, but we just threw it in at the end, so it's whatever. But like, I tried to work I tried to come up with some kind of wordplay that would have been funny. But it's just it really didn't work out so well.
Of Mega Man X2 on the Aqualung Game Reviews channel.
Oh yeah, the AGS logo there with also like.
Yeah, I guess the stag joke was, what else could we have gone with?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, one last cartoon,
Oh,
the
no.
Mega Man Legends one.
What's wrong?
There's treasure in these hills and no way for me to get it.
Sounds like you need my help.
I do remember you were a little concerned when we did this that this was going to be really short, but because this is supposed to be like an advertisement, so in my view that was kind of justified doing these kind of breakneck bits for it.
Yeah, I don't know if it was if I thought it was short because of like the length of the script and versus like how many characters we wanted to throw in there, but yeah, the way it was paced out it ended up working out perfectly, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you dig it?
No, that's the point.
Thanks to the bomb crew, I learned
I had to look up reference for the Data's little dance here, but I just
Mhm.
love that.
to walk again.
Actually, I think in Zack and Wiki, whichever the monkey is, I forget who is Wiki the monkey or is it Zack? I think it's Wiki. He does this. He also does the Data dance. So yeah.
Oh no shit.
Hey, wait a minute.
Ah, thanks.
The bomb crew.
My boat is now fixed and my business.
And I love doing these little, background details of their role getting splashed with the oil.
Crew. Businesses.
And again, your voice acting, I praise your voice acting, instincts. Like it's hard to read badly convincingly, but you really pulled it off.
Yeah, that's what it was. I was trying to read badly.
No, but also it's also I didn't stop to comment on Galaxy Man, but your delivery of him, I actually stopped to listen to the filter because I think my headphones are really good, so I heard some tones in it that I hadn't before, but actually like doing a good robot voice, and just to do it like completely, not to put too much intonation or attitude into it. It's actually is shockingly hard. Like I can talk like a robot like this, but you can kind of see that I am, doing a bit of a voice here. So it's
Right.
you actually did a really good job there too.
Yeah, and I didn't even have the filter on while I was like I didn't hear it playing back while I was recording it. So it was like something I applied after the fact.
To help our city.
This fucking counter.
And actually, I would say one thing that I didn't notice until just now really is that joke might have been better to have that come before the Ira joke because you might not you might overlook the fact that there was a serve bot holding up a cue card
Oh yeah.
for her, whereas if you can with the shopkeeper joke, it was plain to see like okay that's what that is. Now you get what's happening.
I learned to walk again.
I tried to telegraph it with her moving her, eyes
Hey,
around.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Poor Irish, you can't.
To help
Yeah.
us.
By the way, this fucking counter at the top here, this was the bane of my existence. Like, I tried to find all kinds of ways to do it, like some kind of shortcut to make it easier for this counter to just show up. And in the end, all I just kind of ended up doing was, crap, I'll just use the text tool and just every second I'll just change the number because the scene is like, 10, 15 seconds.
Absolutely. I have full confidence in.
The bomb crew.
Oh yeah, you're doing the voice of the inspector as well here, yeah. In the making of, yeah, I recommend checking out the making of. You want to see what this scene looks like in color because it's kind of interesting because you only get to see it in the grayscale.
So don't hesitate. Call the bomb crew. We're thieverific.
I think we need a better slogan.
You don't get to think.
I remember there being a lot of discussion about which music choices to make.
Well,
On
in
these
the
clips.
original Raw version, I had a piece of like stock music playing, but ultimately, like I went with, I think we bounced music around. We kept sending to each other, but
Yeah, because there was a few in the game that worked for some of these scenes, particularly this end sequence. I remember there were like 3 or 4 that were like, okay, every single one of these could work, but this one ended up being the one that worked the best.
Yeah, because it was
I thought so. I was glad that you agreed with that.
yeah, and it's like a nice upbeat, like end card kind of music anyway. So it felt like it worked here.
Oh, I gotta get in on this shit.
I'm not sure why did we agree or why I decided, but you have always seemed to have green shirts in the cartoons. I'm not sure. Like, do you wear green a lot in like real life?
Not a lot, but I mean, it's I think maybe the cover of Aqualung, the album, has some green in there, so it's maybe it just gets associated with it. At one point, it was like the background color of my channel when
Yeah, and I think
when there was that option.
And I think it started with the Ask Pharaoh Man cartoon because I've often commented that you look like Shaggy in that. So
I don't know if it was the reason for the Ira joke, but the one thing that led to it, I think, was when I first played through the game for the video for the walkthrough. I finished the game and didn't do the side quest of helping Ira walk, and like I get to the end where you're talking to all the townsfolk, and like there she is in a wheelchair saying like, "Oh, maybe I'll get to walk again." And I was like, "Oh shit, I never even ran into her at all." And now she's in the wheelchair for the rest of her life because
yeah.
I didn't do that side quest. So I went back to like a previous save file and like redid the game, not the whole game, but during my recapturing to grab clips that I didn't have, one of them was for that. But I was like, I felt like so bad for this fictional character in this video game that I was the reason why she can't walk.
and that's why we also ended up putting her in the cartoon because I thought that was just a messed up thing that they're going to be using this wheelchair kid in their scam advertisement. So it's like
Yep.
it was like
Yeah, they
perfect.
can't get much lower than that, can you?
And also, I pointed this out in the making of that she reminds me of that character Osaka from a anime that I like. So that's another reason why I wanted to use her because it was just so perfect. I really liked it.
Yeah, I wasn't even aware of that cartoon, but like
Yeah.
once you mentioned it and showed the reference, I was like, oh shit, yeah, that is that they are very similar.
I hope you enjoyed watching us watch our old cartoons and comment on them. I thought it was a lot of fun, and I always get really, it's always nice when you notice little things that, and also little mistakes sometimes that when I go back and look at them, you notice like
Oh yeah, yeah,
something's
mistakes and
armored
the Easter eggs. It's like the great thing about having all those Easter eggs is replay value, and I mean, we've watched the videos and we knew where we planted them, but sometimes it's you're reminded of them that because they get thrown in there so haphazardly or like just on a whim, and then it's like, oh yeah, we did that. We had that little reference. That's right. So yeah, it was a lot of fun to go back and rewatch them.
Yes. Well, a lot of these were still Mega Man related, so I might as well ask, are you excited for Mega Man Double Override?
Yes, very much so. I didn't watch the Game Awards. I just had no interest in it really. But I know that I would have been if I had seen that live. That would have been really cool.
Oh yeah.
And I'm more than anything, I'm excited that Capcom is actually giving a shit about Mega Man, and I'm praying for Legends 3. That's kind of like the holy grail that needs to be tapped back into.
Exactly, yeah.
And X would be really nice to have, a continuation. But if they do right by Mega Man, they will revisit these series.
Oh yeah.
Besides the classic.
Oh yeah, and also we had another voice actor. I completely forgot to mention it, but yeah, my sister was the voice of the Ira the mayor, and then Surfbot 1. She luckily helped us out with that.
Yeah, it definitely played out better than it would have been if you had done those voices again. Because it's like it worked in the context of the sitcom, but not as much in these scenes.
So this is Aqualung from the future, or after the initial recording that we had done. I just wanted to add a little something that I thought of after we stopped the recording, and both of them involved the guest voice actresses that we had in some of the cartoons, and mainly that I didn't give them any kind of shout out or credit for their work. After Hanu had mentioned Mina's contributions to the Mega Man Legends video, I ended up just going into a joke about his voicing of Mrs. Sponge from the previous cartoon, and just kind of went off the rails from there, and I did not give her the credit that she deserved, especially since she voiced multiple characters. So I just wanted to give her the credit that she deserved on that, particularly her voice as the Servbot. I just loved the way those came out. And then there was my girlfriend at the time, Sarah, who had voiced Splash Woman in the Mega Man 9 cartoon. Surprisingly, that one got glossed over, even though she was involved in almost every scene. there was so much to frickin' talk about in that cartoon. I thought it was, it was just it came out so good that there was so much to go over, and I completely overlooked the fact that I hadn't mentioned her contribution, and I just wanted to give her a thanks for that. Like it was mentioned in the commentary, it's normally just the two of us, and voicing a female character, it's going to be hard to buy into that unless it was something with the more comedic effect, like the Mrs. Sponge scenes. So anyway, I just wanted to add that to this episode as kind of a bonus clip.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed watching this video with us. And so I'm Hannu TheHande Mäkinen. See you on the next one. Say goodbye to the folks. Aqualung.
Goodbye to the folks, to everyone.
Yes.
See you next time.